Brittney Carmichael from BrittneyCarmichael.com, where I inspire women to shine from the inside. I was recently asked, how do you design your dream life? And the answer is a lot more simple than you would think it would be. The way you design your dream life is you decide your dream life. You ultimately get to choose. And I think that it's so easy to forget that we have this power, or forget that we are the creator of our reality. We've been told our whole lives, no, 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 you can't do that. You have to be this. You have to do that. No, you can't do that. Oh, you want to do this? No, you can't. And I think that it becomes so easy to think that we don't have the power when we've been told our whole lives, no, you can't. You're not allowed. But as I've come to realize, as I've grown older and seen more clearly with new perspective, that we are ultimately living our life based on our beliefs and our decisions. And think about it. You choose when you wake up. You choose where you live. You choose where you work. You choose your partner. You choose your outfit. You choose everything, whether you're realizing it or not. So what is the difference between choosing what you have for breakfast, having the power to choose, and then having the power to choose ultimately your dream life? And the cool thing about living your dream life is that the interpretation is totally up to you. You get to decide. Your dream life looks different than my dream life. And the only way to get to that is to decide what that looks like. So for me, deciding on my dream life looks like this. I take out my journal and I write out the top 5 to 10 categories in life. Health, wealth, intimacy, relationships, community and service, abundance, business. Write down these main categories in your life and then do what I like to do and rate it from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being no good and 10 being the ultimate best life. Rate where you're currently at in your life. And that will give you a clear indicator and a clear guide on what might need to change. Without knowing what it is you want in your life or what you don't want in your life, you can't make clear action. You can't take clear action. So write down in your journal the top 10 categories of life. Write and rate it 1 to 10. How do you like where you're currently at? And this isn't a tool to beat yourself up over or feel negative or think that you don't have enough in your life. This is just a tool that helps you reflect on where it is you currently are and what steps it will take to get where you're going, to get to that ultimate fulfilled dream life. So for me, what I realized is our dream life is made up of the same 24 hours Beyonce has, the same 24 hours anyone else that's achieving or doing these great things in the world. They ultimately have the same 24-hour period that we have. So what is it in 24 hours that you can do that will eventually build over time to be a life you love? Your life isn't just this long timeline and then, at the end you go, okay, that was my life. Your life is built each day, moment to moment, because you never know when that timeline will end for you. So if you can design a 24-hour period to be the perfect day, the perfect life, then you can then stretch that over. And it will adjust and change over time. You'll evolve and grow, and maybe you won't spend so much time in this category because you've built that up and it's automated, and maybe you move to the next category. So break it down to a 24-hour period. Now you've written out the top categories in life, what can, the main topics that we as humans feel like we need fulfilled or that make up what we would call a great life. You've then rated it on a scale of 1 to 10, so you kind of know where you're at. So now you can fill in the holes. And by doing that, you can schedule in your 24-hour period the actions you need to take to fill in where those holes are. And when you can design a 24-hour period to fulfill you and to support that life that you love, then eventually over time, you'll look back in hindsight going, wow, I'm living my dream life. This is the perfect life for me. And it's so simple because when I did this practice, I broke down a 24-hour period. What time would I wake up? What would I do first? When would I eat? When would I work out? When would I answer emails? When would I connect with my husband? When would I connect with myself? When would I go outside with my animals? I mean, literally, I wrote down in one 24-hour period, if it could be designed the perfect way, what would it look like? And, it's funny because there were really no trips to France or, tickets to the opera or any, fancy whatever, what we think of when we talk about a dream life, Ferraris and castles and stuff. My dream life consisted of waking up when the sun came up, doing yoga and meditation to start my day off in a space of grounded connectedness with myself. And then it moved to having, a green juice and a healthy, vibrant breakfast with my husband. And then it was take my dog on a walk. And then it was take a nap. It's interesting because what really ultimately brings us the most fulfillment, the most dreamy life you can imagine are simple. Are time in nature, time with a loved one, time with a pet, time with yourself, meditation, yoga, eating healthy, all these things you're already doing in your life. But when you can do them with the intention that you are bringing the joy to, then ultimately your life turns into this blissful dream life because the intention behind it supports and uplifts you in noticing, I guess, in being aware and being appreciative that your life is already ultimately, what it is you want. Sometimes it's easy to lose perspective and we focus on the lack of not having this or not having that. But if we can just shift our mindset to that attitude of gratitude, it makes what we have more than enough. And when we give thankfulness and appreciation towards those things, we ultimately attract more of that in our life. So if you can break down one day, one 24-hour period of your life and see what would it take to ultimately leave me the most fulfilled and most happy during that one 24-hour period, you can then start to bring that intention into each day that you're living with the intention of thankfulness that you already are living your best dream life. And anything that comes up for you that isn't in alignment with those things that you've written down or they don't fall into those categories, you can ultimately let them go. Thanks for joining me this week on your inspiration for health, wealth, and loving yourself. Do me a favor and hit subscribe below so that you receive weekly inspiration straight to your inbox. And if this resonated with you, hit the share button so that you can spread good vibes and positivity to all of your friends and help them to live a life that they love. Join me at BrittneyCarmichael.com where I inspire women to shine from the inside. I'll see you next week, and remember, love fully, live freely, and shine bright.